Yeah, this is Don Meredith from Duffield, Alberta. My story starts out with my wife trying to get a passport she was renewing in 2003, and one of the many questions that's asked there is, where was your mother born? Now, she would normally know that, but had a brain freeze and couldn't remember. So she struggled with the answer, and then remembered that her mother's family was from Quebec, so she put down Quebec as where her mother was born. But she never did feel good about it, and it bothered her greatly. And she actually said, she told me that when she wrote that down, she prayed that that was the right answer, because she was very concerned somebody was going to catch her up on it, if it was wrong. Yeah, a few weeks later, then my wife's daughter and I were visiting my 90-year-old mother in an extended care facility in Texas. Upon entering her room, we were surprised at her state. Instead of her usual joy to see us, she asked whether we had seen the people who had just been in her room. We said we had not, and then she described how all these relatives had come to see her, people she had not seen since she had been a little girl in East Texas. These people stood around her bed relating stories from her childhood. So we were all shocked at this because we had never seen my mom have hallucinations before. I knew all the people she described were long dead, so we humored her, but it was obvious she was quite shaken by the experience. And so we continued visiting Mom because we were going to be there for 3 or 4 days. And on the last day, when we had to catch a flight that afternoon, we sat with Mom and fully understanding we may not be seeing her again. And finally, with time running short, we said our goodbyes. And she said she understood and wished us a safe journey. As we walked out the door of her room, she shouted to my wife, "They said to tell you that your mother was born in Saskatchewan." Well, we were all stunned and in a hurry to make our flight, so we continued out the door, and it wasn't until we were heading down the highway that my wife said, "You know, she's right. Mom was born in Saskatchewan." "How did she know that?" my daughter asked. "I don't know. I never told her. In fact, I wasn't sure myself until now." My wife later confirmed that her mom was indeed born in Saskatchewan. We had struggled with this event over the years, and unable to understand why Mom would have gotten that information and why she would bring it up at that time. We've discussed this with many friends, but most of whom dismiss it as being not some sort of spiritual phenomenon. It just didn't fit with their view of the world. For myself, I often have serious doubts about God or any afterlife. However, when I think I might have the answer to life's questions, I wonder just who or what had visited my mom in that room.